1,000 subscribers, yay, thank you! The winter 2026 anime season is finally here. And honestly, thank God for that, because this last season was dry, especially for new series. But this season, absolutely stacked. Not only do we have banger continuations of series like Frieren, JJK, and Hell's Paradise, but we also have some heavily anticipated new series coming, one of which I'll be talking about today. Sentenced to be a Hero is a brand new anime that you actually may have heard a bit about. About a year ago, there was some promotional material that went pretty viral. I heard about it back then, and thought the concept sounded actually decent. Following protagonists that are heroes is far from a new concept nowadays, but those same heroes being persecuted and forced to serve the ruling class is a new twist that really piqued my interest. So now that it's finally here, is Sentenced to be a Hero worth your time? Or is it more run-of-the-mill high fantasy garbage? This show might just be the best new anime of the season. It's an early call, I know, but oh my god. This first episode was so good. I have a lot to say about this show, but before I get too into my thoughts, let me give you a brief baseline of what Sentenced to be a Hero is all about. Sentenced to be a Hero follows our main character, Xylo, one of many heroes in this world. Heroes are those who have been convicted of heinous crimes, deemed too reprehensible to even be put to death. They're instead made to partake in mandatory military service against the demon lords, who are monstrous beings with otherworldly powers. You may be thinking, well, it's basically a death sentence anyway. If they die, isn't it all over? Well, that's the thing. Resurrection is possible in this world, but not without cost. It takes a heavy toll on the person's memory and sense of self, eventually leaving you a husk of what you once were. It's truly a fate worse than death, being forced into a fight you never signed up for with literally no hope for escape. Back to our plot though. Our first episode has us following our MC Xylo, a jaded hero whose current mission is to aid the Holy Knights in their retreat. The blight is spreading and there's an insurmountable amount of monsters roaming the forest. However, the Holy Knights don't seem to be retreating. On the contrary, it seems they're gearing up for a final stand. If too many of them die, Xylo will most definitely be killed and resurrected by those above him, facing the consequences of that process. Beyond this, Xylo takes no pleasure in seeing others die. So we follow Xylo as he jumps from fight to fight, slowly learning more about him and his predicament as the episode progresses. There are a lot of things left unknown in the end, but one thing is for certain, Xylo wants to live, so he can take revenge on those who have wronged him. And that's a baseline of Sentenced to be a Hero. This show is awesome. I know my description wasn't super detailed, but that's because this is a show that I believe you, the viewer, should experience for yourself. Sure, I could do a whole detailed play-by-play for you, but episode 1 is nearly an hour long and is packed full of details and information unfolding in a way that truly keeps you engaged. It's a valuable watching experience that you don't typically find nowadays. It's a show you should experience for yourself, but if you aren't convinced yet, then let me tell you some more things I liked about the anime. As I stated earlier, I had a good feeling about the show back when I initially heard about it. The premise alone put it on the map for me, as it's hard to find anyone putting an actually unique twist on the ever-present standard hero protagonist. Combine this with the dark fantasy environment and it truly seems like a recipe for something great, like we were teetering on a Berserk-like IP. And while it may be too early to make a claim as bold as that, after episode 1, I can say wholeheartedly that we're onto something here. The characters are interesting, and each seem to have multiple layers to them. The world itself is amazing, and left me wanting to learn more about it. All of this with animation that's insane. I mean, they're putting impact frames in an hour-long episode. Are you kidding me? Beyond Sentenced to be a Hero being a generally interesting surface-level dark fantasy show, there's potential for more depth in the themes being explored here. A concept initially played around with is the preconceived notions people hold of those who have been sentenced to be a hero. Despite the fact that Xylo is helping these people out, literally saving their lives multiple times over, rather than being grateful or offering any sort of compassion, he's instead met with disgust or disdain due to his status as a penal hero. Granted, those who haven't gone through the system or had some experience with it firsthand naturally assume that the system itself is just and infallible. This dynamic, while not necessarily original, makes for a fantastic narrative element. Digging deep into an established system to see how good and pure it actually is exciting. What it comes down to is I haven't been this excited for a new show like this in I don't know how long, but episode 1 left me feeling like I was witnessing a new classic being born right in front of my eyes. It had me checking episode release dates. That's how good it was. Coming from the low that was the fall 2025 season, Sentenced to Be a Hero is an insane show to start the new anime season with. This anime is nothing but quality, and as it stands now, I don't believe that this show will remain as a simple bygone series. I think it's going to become a household name before we know it. So if this show seems like your thing, do yourself a favor and check it out. You won't be disappointed. Hey everyone, I just want to say thank you if you made it this far into the video. I really appreciate it. Do you agree with my take that Sentenced to Be a Hero's first episode was amazing? Or do you think it didn't quite hit the mark? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I read them all. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. And as always, have a great day.